There have been many nicknames given to No Man's Sky over the past few months. No Man's Lie, No Man's Buy, No Man's PC able to handle it, and my personal favorite, No Man's Shite. What we witnessed over the past few months was nothing more than a total backlash over the title. Gamers felt betrayed. Thousands upon thousands of people demanding refunds and burning virtual effigies of Sean Murray to the point of pure crystalline nerd rage. The 3 Mile Island-esque meltdown can be told by generations to come. But really, you might ask, all this over a simple video game? Even months after the fact, the bitterness of gamers is still apparent. Personally, I believe a lot of this has to do with the game being a victim of its own hype machine. Take yourself back to the months leading up to release. No Man's Sky was expected to unanimously be voted Game of the Year, transcend into godhood, release Half-Life 3, cure cancer, and obliterate ISIS all before dinner time. Regardless of how the game turned out, there would have been a significant sect of gamers that would have been frothing at the mouth. Not to say this was inevitable. The developer didn't do these gamers any favors by promoting the game as this innovative breakthrough of infinite possibilities. It fed right into our instincts for discovery, for conquering and exploration. This title was to be the standout franchise for a generation. Anything else would have been total failure. What the game came out as, however, was considered to be a complete and utter insult. Why was this a problem? Simple. They lied. Look back at the old developer interviews, and Sean spoke glowingly about how there would be quintillions of unique planets with unpredictable wildlife, flora, and fauna, incredible space warfare between brutal alien races, endless opportunities to forge your own destiny in this barren wasteland of space and asteroids. Too bad we never really got any of that. The first hour of the game is absolutely mesmerizing. A lot of it has to do with the hype surrounding the game, but it reminds us all as to what it means to be a gamer. The wide-eyed amazement, the potential for what is to come, the ability to adapt and evolve to so many environments. After that, it just never goes anywhere. It is my personal choice for biggest cock tease of 2016. Those first segments of collecting minerals, forging new tools, and enabling shrines to learn a word of a language is what you are going to be doing for the entire goddamn game. It completely stalls out after the first gear. The developers spoke of encountering other players and fighting over being the first to claim a planet, but then they say that the universe is so vast that it's highly unlikely you will run into anyone, which is the politically correct way of saying they couldn't do it. We were so mesmerized with the potential that we ignored the gigantic red flags surrounding this title. This was a small independent startup company that didn't have much experience to their name. Even recent examples of games with huge names like Keiji Inafune behind them turned out to be gigantic balls of mediocrity. Yet many of us never questioned this one. As a result, we have a game that is a niche budget title masquerading as a full-fledged AAA release. And it was exposed badly. The whole situation reminds me of a game that was released in the 1990s called Battlecruiser 3000 AD. Like No Man's Sky, this game was supposed to be the penultimate game. A game where you also explore the universe, discover new planets, and take part in epic space battles. The hype surrounding this game was also completely ludicrous, but everyone took the bait. And as a result, the reaction surrounding the release was outrage and disappointment. The game was an absolutely buggy, unplayable mess. It crashed constantly, completely destroying any sense of immersion and having people feeling ripped off. It also didn't help that Derek Smart, the game's developer, was an absolutely unpredictable kook that would go off the rails on people at any given moment. If there is any silver lining for No Man's Sky, Battlecruiser 3000 AD eventually hammered out all of its issues and became a somewhat successful niche title with a cult following. Even if the game reaches this point with future patching, the damage is already done. Gamers are an incredibly stubborn bunch. All the majority of them are going to remember are the massive hype machine and the disastrous launch. It doesn't even matter if the game reaches its full potential in the next few years. The consensus is set in stone. I'm not even trying to defend Happy Games. They are just as guilty of creating this mess as the media and the gaming populace was. It's just an incredibly depressing situation all around. It became Icarus. The developers soared way too high, the wax wings burned off, and fell helplessly into the cold, unforgiving ocean below. Thank you all for watching. I've got a few more videos for you in case you're interested. To your left, I've got another video in this style, Mighty Number 9, another massive disappointment for 2016. And to your right, a montage of all the reactions and press conferences of Sean Murray for No Man's Sky. I think it does a great job of really presenting the game and its hype. So if you're interested, feel free to give that a watch. Take care, guys. Good night. Godspeed.